Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to start recording, so you say who you are. Or should I introduce him? Should I go over there and introduce him?
It's up to you, Jen.
This is going to be a long time.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Welcome to La Casa. This is my friend Paulo. He's Portuguese.
Yes.
Paulo Fernandez, and he's here to give a presentation about what he does. And so far, what I understand about what he does, it's unbelievable. So go to it, Paulo.
Thank you. So this is for an audience of La Casa. I started already, but I will restart again. I'm Portuguese. I'm 54 years old, or 50 or 54 years younger. Honestly, I feel at the best shape of my life. You know, I'm 95 kilos, and it's muscle done. Because when I test genetically, I knew what I need to address, and but I've been doing this for 20 years. I've been doing nutritional microscopy, lymphatic massage, the European method, which is Voder, raw cooking with David Wolf. Recently, I connect with Dr. Amen, and I'm talking about Dr. Amen all over the world.
Daniel Amen.
Daniel Amen. I do conference all over the world. I did a conference in Portugal 1 month ago for women called Women of Wisdom. Next year, you're going to go there if you want. It's a conference amazing. Just they focus on themes for women, and there was 3 guys talking. I was one of them, and I spoke about Dr. Amen. Nobody knows him in Europe. Dr. Amen is guilty also, right? Because he doesn't want to go. I think he will be in the future, and but. My protocol is called 11 Steps for Perfect Health, and it focuses things I believe are important. And sometimes it's not the most expensive things, it's the right stuff, the right supplement. And I spoke 2 years ago at Harvard because I started this of the microscopy with Tony Robbins. He has a program called Living Health, where he explains all these steps for health, and I heard about microscopy. So I took the training in London, and then I went to California to work with Dr. Young. I'm an advanced microscopist. I train at least 20 doctors already. Doctors that want to incorporate this ability to prick the finger and see the blood live, like a camera inside your system. And I spoke in September at the United Nations about problematic of the children that are in the refugee camps, like the children in Africa. You know, it's all about education. It's all about the right stuff. And I know because I'm supporting an organization in Uganda. They foster kids that are orphans with AIDS, because in Uganda the AIDS are like crazy, and parents die and the children become orphans. So, and the problem is that these organizations that support these countries, they are deeply corrupt. Everything that is sent there stays in the warehouse. He told me in Uganda, it stays in the warehouse, it's full, and they stop. They don't want to give it, and then they sell it. This is, you know, of course I'm sure there are out there people doing an amazing job like the United Nations in the refugee camps from Syria, children from Syrian people that are coming. And I was telling that, you know, these children, she told me, the responsible for the UN, they are the most happy children they ever saw. Because they were in hell, and when they see that they have the opportunity to be a doctor, a professor, they open. They say, oh, now I have a purpose in life. And those teachers, they are the best over there. They fly from America, from Europe, and they are there giving their time, and they're with terrible condition because they live in camps, in tents most of the time. So my protocol, the 11, starts with epigenetics, and this is recent. I believe this is the best test in the world because I've been doing this for 1 year. I've done 300 tests already. I'm their case study provider, and it analyzes the root of the hair, because the hair, the follicle, has all the information from your genetics, your deficiencies. The external part of the hair, it tests the radiation in the air. And by the way, New York is terrible, my friends. The worst is in New Jersey. That's because, you know, in New Jersey, I was seeing people are living in the streets, and they have cables like 1,000 cables in the air, close to the place where they are sleeping. So they are getting all that radiation, and the test can check that, can identify which type of radiation is affecting that person. And again, it's personalization. It's personalization of medicine. That's what we need. We don't need a guy telling us, earning a lot of money, oh, go with this diet, because everybody's different. Again, I was telling that there are people that cannot eat avocados. In their genetics, that food causes inflammation, causes mucus formation. It doesn't mean that the avocado is out forever, but at that time, it's with you since you were born, and you need to lower it until you balance your genetic, let's say, deficiencies.
And so the report is done through the hair.
It goes to Germany, the machine in the consultation room. I have the machine, it's connected to the computer. I take out the hair from this area. I put on the machine, it goes to Germany, the supercomputer analyzes the biometric data. In 20 minutes you get this report. With your name, the date that was made, and then you get 10 foods you cannot eat, the most important foods. And those foods, in my tests that I've done, they are always right. I was telling some examples, right? In Maldives, where I work as a visiting practitioner, as a doctor that goes there and stays 3 weeks in Maldives, it's a good job. I'm working also in Mandarin Oriental group. I was in Canoe, which is in Caribbean, beautiful place. And I was testing people. I have done 200 tests there. First, people can afford it. I don't think it's a very expensive test, but it's worth it. They can afford it, and I was testing what they were doing, you know. And most of those foods, and most of these tests, people start crying because they are overweight. Because I'm telling them, you lack this vitamin, this mineral, this amino acid. You cannot metabolize fat. You cannot metabolize sugar. You have deficient on tryptophan. You are depressed because of this. And when we target what they need, you see, you get the vitamin indicators. In this case, vitamin C, vitamin K1. So when I see vitamin K1 deficiency, and the test analyzes the level of deficiency, low, middle, or high. If you have high deficiency of vitamin K1, you are anemic. You know, and I see that all the time. Because here I look into someone, I see the color of the lips, I see the eyes, I see, you know, everything. I say, this guy is anemic. Even without doing the test, you seem anemic. Yeah, I am. You know, my doctor told me. So there's a deficiency on blood production. As you will see, blood is very important. It's a part of the protocol. So first one is genetics. So vitamins, minerals, essential fatty acids. The test tells us which essential oil you need. Omega-3s, we have 3 types of omega-3s, omega-6 and omega-9. If you have a certain deficiency, I check the data and I'm telling you, you have this symptom. I don't know him, it's always right. But Jane, always right. And I'm telling you, you have problems in your eyes, whatever, you are losing, your hair is falling because of this, because of that. And this is very important. The antioxidants, you know, that's one of the reasons for cancer, is this specific type of deficiency. Carotenoids, zinc, whatever. SOD, which is very important, CoQ10. So if you have CoQ10, a high deficiency of CoQ10, you have heart problems. And it starts when you were young, because it's with you since you were a child. Another example, I was in Maldives. A Russian lady comes, because the ladies are the first of all. Women are, you know, I'm a big defender of women. It's not because I'm in front of women. Because women are the balances of everything. We are idiots most of the time. We need to work together, by the way. Women all alone, they don't function also.
We know.
You know, right? Okay, I know that also. So in Maldives, the Russian lady comes, and she told me, she does this, she cries again. Some people cry because they say, if I knew this when I was 15, I wouldn't suffer 20 years, whatever. So I said, I want to bring my husband and my child, who is 3 years old. So she brings the Russian. The Russians are guys are even, I don't know, I cannot say that, but he's like that. You know what I mean? And I said, okay, let's see this. So I know his pain points. I know where to go, you know. So I'm start telling him, and I checked the test. I said, listen, you have your prostate, I'm sure is inflamed because there are markers, and you need to find the puzzle. And you have for sure heart problems because you have this type of deficiency, an antioxidant or an amino acid. And he said, yeah, I had 2 heart attacks. I have stents in my system. So I test him. I know what he needs now. His son is 3 years old. The son is the same as his father. It doesn't mean that it's not always like that because it's a mix of mother and father. But the son has the same deficiency of his father. So at 3 years old, I know what he needs to supplement to avoid what his father is having. It's logical, right? It's easy, you know? Anyway, so, and then amino acids, very important. These are the building blocks of everything. That's where tryptophan is there. It's there, or glutamic acid, or
I just want to say something about genetics. That genetics are really important, and they do tell you a predilection, you know, and they tell you a possible future. But in the final analysis, lifestyle trumps genes.
Totally.
So whatever information you're giving to people about their genetic structure, you are also giving them the antidote to their genetic destiny.
Exactly. And Dr. Bruce Lipton, he told us, he's the most famous guy. Epigenetics, that's what it is. It's not your genetics that defines you. Angelina Jolie, she cut her breast because of the BRCA3. Only 3% of cancers come from genetics. What defines the cancer is your lifestyle. Because you have your markers of your father. If your father and your grandfather eat everyday sausage, you will have a cancer in your bowels, right? But what defines that is your lifestyle. If you have a healthy lifestyle, you will never have that cancer.